Hi, I'm Bergen Eickhoff, host of Sunday School Round 2, or Advanced Sunday School, or maybe Breaking Down the Bible. I haven't decided upon a name just yet. If you have a suggestion after watching this video, please leave it for me. So when I read the 1-2 punch of John Dominic Crossan's Roman Imperial Theology and Richard Horsley's Jesus and Empire, I became overwhelmed by the conviction that people needed to know the things that we were learning about imperial critical biblical interpretation in God and Empire. I thought back to the discussions I had with University of Minnesota students at my CPL site, where they were voraciously curious about all the different ways to read the Bible. Then I also remembered how fascinated adults at my internship site were to learn about biblical interpretation techniques that we learn about in seminary. And finally, I thought about one of my favorite YouTube channels, Crash Course, where experts break down complex topics into digestible 6 to 12 minute videos to equip students of all ages to become better informed about the world around them. So for my final project, I decided to make a series of Crash Course style videos on the basics of imperial critical biblical interpretation and its application for the standard layperson. In the first video, I introduced the concept of empire, post-colonialism, and what it means to read the Bible through the lens of empire. In the following 4 videos, I read the Christmas texts of Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John with an imperial critical approach, drawing on the work of theorists and theologians that we read in class, and introducing a new key concept in each video. In Mark, we discuss parity and power. In Matthew, we discuss negotiation and accommodation. In Luke, hidden transcripts, and in John, mimicry. To close the series, I discuss what we gain through an imperial critical approach to the Bible, but also acknowledge some of the traditional precepts and beliefs that such an approach requires us to give up. The outcome for this project is that anyone who watches learns the essentials of imperial critical biblical interpretation and feels equipped to read the Bible through an imperial critical lens and engage with imperial critical theology independently. By gradually introducing terms and strategies of interpretation while showing how they may be applied, plus mixing each video in with some fun, quippy humor, I believe that viewers will be engaged, equipped, and excited to practice imperial critical biblical interpretation by the end of the series. The context I imagine is an open online one, but I also imagine that my audience will be people who are reasonably familiar with Christianity and the Bible, or at least curious enough to become familiar on their own. The proposal or argument for this project is that equipping congregants or curious folks with imperial critical biblical interpretation will help awaken a new wave of energy to begin deconstructing imperial, patriarchal, and oppressive influences in Christian theology, worship, and practice. I believe that a number of Christians, particularly but not exclusively young adults, are at the risk of seeing the Bible as contributing to oppression rather than liberating people from oppression. But they're still interested in the Bible. They still want to know more about biblical interpretation. They want to practice it for themselves. So by giving as many people as possible the tools to practice an imperial critical interpretation of the Bible, I believe that the Bible can be reclaimed or at least discussed and approached as the series of anti-empire theological documents that it was at its origin. And then we can get to the work of developing a new anti-imperial Christian practice for our own day. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you'll check out the videos once they're posted.